Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Silent Hill. Now, if you'll remember where we left off here. On a piano. Trying to remember the answer to this puzzle. Now then, before you ask, yes, I cheated. However long ago I played this, 17 years, what have you, I did it fairly, I figured it out. Not this time. This time, I cheated my ass off. I said, Google, be my friend. Oh, it was right here that I could have. Beyond the pelican as far as it could. And it has to do with the blood on the keys. Yeah, that all had to do. The starter keys are where the blood starts, and then so on and so forth. But of course, it doesn't actually tell you that at all. It's just like, hey, this is a thing, and you're just supposed to infer that the bloody keys are special. Yeah, no, so I'm a little tired today. But Jack is doing well. He is adjusting well. Now, Jack, I don't think I've ever explained what happened there. Jack actually came from a loving home. They loved him very much. They took very good care of him. But one of his owners had terrible allergies to cats. And they fought with it for 2 years. Like, he took medicine and he tried his best to be able to keep Jack. Because, like I said, they loved him. They did. But in the end, it just didn't work out. And they've been searching for someone to take care of Jack for a little bit now. And we lost 2 of our cats back in December. And we've been looking to adopt. Interrupting story time for murder time! And we've been looking to adopt, and my friend contacted me on Facebook. And so we set up the adoption there. But he's adjusting, he's starting to let us pet him now, he's eating and drinking and using the litter and getting a feel for the place. And our cats don't mind him. We have 3 cats. I'll probably talk about that later. But for the moment, yeah, no, that's the situation there. But that is the thing. Jack is used to having someone around when he sleeps. And so at night, he's in here by himself, and so he starts crying. So I have been staying up as late as I can with him to try and make the transition easier. And my wife comes in here and sleeps on the couch with him after that. So yeah, we're pansies. But I love animals, so that's a thing. Anyway, yeah, now that I have filled that space with that rambling little story, a silver moon. Silver moon. Silver moon. And it's actually funny, like, I've told you guys before that I've played through this a lot. I can't really remember what happened. Like, I remember certain things, like, I remember the boss of this place. The hands are stopped at 5. I wonder if that's in relation. Something just opened up something. What was it? The basement. El basementente. That was terrible. I'm so sorry, Spanish-speaking friends. I'm so sorry. And the elevator down over there. Oh no! I'm dumb. Why didn't I unlock that when I was upstairs? Well, round and round we go. View. Also, I'm discovering something. I'm pushing buttons on my controller. Actually later, I think this will let you sneak around the nurses, but around that point, if I remember correctly, you actually get a fire axe, so I don't do much sneaking past them. I'm just saying. Wait. I feel like that was confused. I mean, I'm definitely confused, but I feel like that's confused too. Work my way back around, down, unlock that door, and then save because... No! I don't need to fight you guys, so I'm leaving. Ah, you fucker! Nobody likes you! Nobody! Or you! 2, 3. It's 3 shots, it's simple. I'm trying to remember how younger me did this. Like, was I just more aggressive with the weapons that I had, or what, you know? What happened there that I seem to remember meleeing so much? I'm gonna go save. I'm sorry, guys. This is my bad habit cropping up, but I'm gonna go save. There are some games that penalize you for saving, like Resident Evil 2, if I remember. I probably want to. So where, to get the best scores, you have to not save a lot. And I actually did an S-rank run through Resident Evil 2 once. And not saving just about killed me. I was like, I want to go save! Even though, like, I knew the game backward and forward, I still wanted to go and do that. You know, that might be a good idea. Maybe I'll play Resident Evil on here. Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2. 3 is probably my favorite of the series, but 2 is still low. Ah, red button, glow! Sorry, I got excited. Do you want to press it? Let's press it and see. And if you get that reference, you're great. You're great, and I love you. Would you not growl at me? Would you not? I don't think there's... Oh, yeah, no, there's definitely nothing in there. And there's nothing in here to exploit that last time. Whee! I actually did that on purpose. That wasn't a me trying to quick turn this time. This time. To the courtyard. I probably should have waited till now to save, but oh well. If I wind up dying for one reason or another, then I will just skip it. So you guys don't have to watch me doing that. Are you unlocked now? Yes. Where do you go? My lovely, where do you go? And like this is one of those series that has so much background detail when you start digging into it. Like you start finding out about the cult and all the weird and just fucked up things that went on. I was gonna censor myself and then I realized you can't. This game is fucked up. Not just this game, I mean the series, with all the background things that go on and all the just messed up shit that happens or happened in the past. And it's still going on currently, too, for that matter.
Where am I?
This is your second encounter with the Dark Lord. Other Silent Hill. I'm pretty sure we call it Other Silent Hill. I've got a gun. That's the symbol of the cult.
I don't remember this being here before.
I don't remember this being here before. Well, buddy, that's because it wasn't. Oh god, that noise. They used ambient noises and stuff like that so well in these games. Until later when they just start beating you over the head with them. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people who think that Team Silent did the best job with the Silent Hill game, but I do think they started to degrade in quality as they went for different reasons. Like Homecoming was a pretty fun little action game, but it was a bad Silent Hill game. Downpour was so weird. Like, I really enjoy Downpour. A lot of people I know hate it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun game, but it was kind of a weak Silent Hill, but it was still identifiable as a Silent Hill, and that's the important thing, that it didn't lose its identity. Get off! Get off! I am trying to ramble about the Silent Hill series, so you need to die! Sorry, what was I saying? I need to heal, don't I? I have one. No. Now I have more medkits than. No, I have as many medkits as I do health charts. How? When did I? Okay. I'm not gonna. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he instantaneously reloads when I'm not paying attention. Anyway, they began to lose that factor. Like, they started showing more instead of letting you discover things for yourself. Like, Homecoming is the most blatant example of it. They're like, oh, look, it's the cult, the cult's all over the place, look, it's the cult. Wait, no, it's an off-branch of the cult, it's not the cult you all love and hate, or you all love to hate. And, it just made for some weak storytelling. The story still had its moments, but there were also things like, one of the reasons, and again, I'm rambling mostly during this video. One of the things that they talked about was how the main character, the main character was more combat capable in the game. But they're like, oh, but he was in the army. And if you've not played it, spoilers, mute this part for a little bit, come back in about a minute, and I should be done with spoilers. But then he was never in the army. The guy literally never received any sort of special training or anything like that. He was actually just crazy. He'd been put in an insane asylum after he accidentally got his brother killed. And so he had no formal training. And yet he's still running around using a knife like, you know, like he knows what he's doing. He's still running around using guns like he knows no problem. And, and it just, and it was little things like that, along with the big things too, like I said, with the combat system being more action-oriented. I actually enjoyed the combat system in Silent Hill. But it wasn't very Silent Hill-ish. I'm not talking about tank controls. A buddy of mine absolutely loves tank controls and will forever ramble about them. And about how they're so perfect for setting the mood. And I disagree. Like, if you want to make your character slower or what have you, to make enemies seem faster by comparison, not necessarily a bad thing, then that's okay. But when you have a bad control scheme and it just fights you the entire time, that's different. That is just a frustration feature, and that's not good. That's not good game design, in my personal opinion. Some people are gonna love it and swear by it, but for me, I prefer a smooth control scheme with enemies that are going to be able to outmaneuver me, and thus make me think on my feet more. Not like this. That was me being dumb. And not having a quick turn! Ah! It all goes full circle. No. No. No, you get back. No! There, fine. Ah, what the? Stop that! What was that all about? Were you regretting kicking him while he was down? That was always my computer being weird for a second, I don't know why. Now I'm going to start watching my ammo consumption on bullets, but in the next full area, not here in the school, like I said, I get the fire axe. So, at that point, I'll be able to more reliably fight from there. I could have sworn the pipe was better than what it is. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, it's just a difference in style, and I think it's important that you be able to control your character and have them be responsive. Because this is a video game, and we are supposed to enjoy them. I mean, yeah, they're supposed to scare us too, but we're not supposed to get frustrated because of something as simple as a control scheme. And yes, I know, Frankie Fords, if you're watching this, you're arguing with me in your head, or maybe even talking to the screen. But that's how I feel! That you need your controls to be tight and responsive in order for the player to have a good time. Like, some of them, you have games out there where it's actually the opposite, like Octodad. But that is the core of the game, that you cannot control Octodad effectively. That he is going to flop all over the place, and that is the challenge there. But that is that particular kind of game, and that's not what I feel like the challenge is here. The challenge is here, for one, the challenge is not just combat, but it's also the fact that you have to figure out what's going on here in your head, and some people don't. And that's fine, because like, the deeper story behind this is pretty freaking complex. So if you just take it away at face value, that's okay. But more than that, too, it also goes into just the basic horrors that you're facing. Like, this is you killing these demonic little children, and that by itself, I think, is pretty horrifying. Because they're not quite human. They're enough human looking to where it makes you pause for a second. And then they're so demonic looking that that's frightening in and of itself. In my opinion, of course. Burts! I need your burts. I love the bullet multiplier you get for playing through the game multiple times. And like, at this point, I'm feeling kind of like you don't even need it. Where do you go? Oh, I need horizontal slot. What is it for? Sorry, I don't usually read those off, but I'm not quite where the do I need to use you? Is that what I needed to do here? Question mark? Map to me! Oh, that was how I got through there. Yeah. So I missed anything on the way? The lobby, you know, I'm gonna check the lobby real fast. Yes, I know, I'm going back and checking minor things, but it's my curiosity. Sure, there's more. And the wheelchairs! Those actually have to do a lot with the backstory of Silent Hill. And I think they were also put in, if someone once told me they were put in for Jacob's Ladder references, but I've never actually seen that. So do forgive my lack of information on that one. But they're also, like I said, they're very tied in with the game itself, so. Oh. Oh, whoa, whoa, camera, whoa, come back here. Come back here, camera. We're not doing this. I'm not gonna fight you. Yeah, I know, because the other bathrooms aren't horrifying enough. Here, have the nightmare versions. Ah, come on. No, I'm out. Later. And those of you who've played this know exactly what I'm looking for, I'm sure. And if you didn't before, then the shells I just picked up should tell you what I'm looking for. Must be in the upstairs bathrooms. Ah, come on, camera. Wait, what? What? Did I miss something right here? Or did I literally just come through here to get ammo? Oh wait, how did I get up here? What the? I'm confused. I'm so confused right now. Is that it is? Okay, it's just moving me between floors. Confuse the fuck out of me. Pardon my English. I don't remember that. That's a nice touch, like, and it adds the confusion there perfectly well. But here we go. That man is very dead. Or woman, if you're a woman, I apologize. Give me this, though. Oh yeah, I'm a badass shotgun. Why would somebody... You are in a twisted version of Silent Hill, buddy, and you're asking why someone would string a body up like that. And this isn't even the first body you've seen like that. But I think, and again, this is just me kind of talking off the top of my head right now, that the problem with horror lately is that they've become too fixated with showing and with how graphically intense it is. Maybe that's just me. Like a lot of what terrifies you here in Silent Hill isn't what you see, it's what you don't see. It's the things making noises in corners where you can't see. It's the silhouettes. It's the skittering things in the background. But I almost feel like game companies lately feel like they have to beat people over the head with what they're trying to do and with what they're trying to say, and so they've begun relying less on players' ability to think for themselves and more on handing them things, handing them details, handing them ideas. Pardon my sniffles.
Daddy, help me. Daddy, where are you?
Cheryl!
That was Cheryl's voice. I know it. Where is she? Cheryl. excuse me, sorry. Burp too. Wow, I'm drooping there right now. Oh, that one started out deep down. Already been in the teacher's room. I actually feel like I'm starting to get to the point where I need to call it because I've been playing for quite a bit now, haven't I? A little bit longer. This might be a longer episode because I'm feeling like playing. And I've actually done a circle and I can go up there, but I've got a save point here somewhere. Don't know. Was it here in this torch? If you guys are actually answering me, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I won't actually get in time, but I still appreciate your attempt. But it's not to say, by the way, that they're not doing good horror games like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say there is a different feel about it. Like, we call Silent Hill psychological horror for a reason. Because it affects you on a different level. And they're starting to do that more, or at least trying, they're attempting to do that more lately. Like, I personally am not fond of Evil Within, which came out a bit ago now. But it was a good attempt to come back to the horror genre, and I appreciate that. I did, and it stopped doing so much of the handing it to you, and started having to figure things out more often. It just did some ridiculous things that I personally do not like. That is all. Oh, but one thing, and this irritates me to no end, is the idea that you have to make your main character defenseless in order to give an air of horror. And I don't agree with that. Like, I do think you can do that. Like, I think Amnesia did that well. But I didn't find Amnesia scary, personally. But I know a lot of people just considered it absolutely terrifying. But that was one where they felt like they had to disarm you in order to take away that feeling of fear again. And I don't think that's true at all. I mean, like... I do think, and I'll actually end this here, but I'll rant for another second or two. I do think here that, like, in this playthrough, they've given me too much ammunition, and it's not random, so this is always going to be a thing that you have. And that is taking away a bit from things. Like, it was a lot scarier when I was trying to melee things to death. So having those limitations is important. But having them there, having that option there is important, too, because it adds to the feel. It adds... To your pulse pumping. It adds to that feeling that you have to fight or die in some cases. Or even just like Resident Evil 2 does it very well. I'll bring this up more often as I go. And that in Resident Evil 2, you either spare your ammo or die. Like, you'll pay for it later on if you don't have the ammunition to go through certain parts. So you spend a lot of Resident Evil 2 running past stuff and through stuff. But here, like you've seen, I've been using my gun for quite a bit now for the past few episodes, and I have 152 rounds, and I'm not wanting for ammunition right now. I'm wanting a bit more on health, but that's mainly because I screwed up early on when I was so insistent on trying to melee with a pipe or with a knife. And the knife was a really bad idea. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to accurately melee later on once I get the fire axe, maybe. But yeah, those mistakes cost me pretty dearly. But anyway, yeah, no, you don't have to disarm the player or the character in order to give that feeling of horror paralysis. And that's actually one thing Downpour did that I didn't like, is the whole breakable weapons thing to try and make you feel more powerless. That was just frustrating. It was frustrating to have a semi-decent weapon, break it over someone's head, and then you'd have to punch in the face to death or run to find another weapon. But like I said, I actually enjoy a lot of what Downpour does. Downpour does a very good job of showing two different viewpoints in Silent Hill. One doesn't do that very much. You have like two other people, Sybil. But I feel like it still doesn't do it as well as Downpour does it, where it's her story and his story. While this is Harry's story, and then there's Sybil, and then there's the doctor, and then there's the lady of the church, Dahlia, and then there's your daughter. Anyway, okay, I think I've rambled on long enough, and I think this episode has gone on long enough. So thank you guys very much for joining me. I do appreciate it, and I will be seeing you.